the screen's been shot, I'll go, no, my screen, it's been shot. Oh no, look at what they've done to my screen. This is Oliver Twist.
How could they do this to my screen?
How could this happen to screen? Wow.
Stewie being British is just so funny in general. Anyways, welcome back to Rankings.
I wish I could do a good Stewie Griffin.
The show where we rank things.
Yeah, the show where we king things. I don't even think we did that tagline in the last one.
We didn't.
We're back in the same clothes.
It's been a month. I guess we're back in the same clothes.
It's been a time. For those of you who have been watching the show for a while, you may know about how in the original series, the live show, how we had a tournament for
that is the origination.
I forgot about that. For what our final topic would be. We had a bunch of topics and we pit them against each other tournament style.
Yeah.
And the last two were worst dates and movies. And movies ended up winning. And so we went back to that because we're running out of things. And I mean, no, we're not running out of things.
No,
we've totally got...
We can't run out of ideas.
Yeah. Of course not. Of course, everything is so interesting to hear in a top 10 list, and so we revisited that but we've switched it to best dates because that's a lot more fun than like this is a shit thing to do. It's like you ever see one of those TikToks where they give you advice on like anything? Could be like I don't know, could be relationship stuff, could be like financial advice, but they always just tell you what not to do, or like work. I see a lot of stuff where it's like for like diet or like workout stuff, and it's like, cool, thanks for telling me what not to do.
It's because there's no hack to anything.
That's true, but it'll be like stuff like, hey, if you want abs, stop doing this, stop doing crunches, stop doing sit-ups, and it's like, okay. Then what do I do instead?
Yeah.
Because all my life I've been told that these are good exercises to work your core.
Abs,
now tell me how to fix it. Like, there'll just be something like, did you know that this healthy food is actually wildly unhealthy? Okay, bye.
Well, that's where you find the paywall, though.
Yeah.
That's where you get hit with it. For $20 a month,
you can buy the rest of this Rankings episode. Thanks for coming by.
Yeah. I'll show you my secret workout. You're like, secret workout? It can't be that fucking secret. Yeah. It really can't. How many workouts are there?
Well, we don't know because they're secret.
God
God damn it, dude.
They got me. Oh shit.
I have no idea what prediction to make.
Actually, yeah. If you fucking get this one, I quit.
I'm gonna guess you have concert in like top 3. I'm gonna go with number 2.
That feels like a good one.
Yeah.
That feels like a good one. I'm gonna go safe, and I'm gonna say that you have just getting food somewhere on your list.
Yeah, that is a really safe guess.
Yeah, it is.
Fucking pussy.
I need these wins, man.
Because we tied last time.
Yeah,
anyway.
What is it, 7-1? No,
well,
not even. I don't even know. I was gonna say I don't think I've won one.
We've tied. So in my mind, if we tie, that's like no point. Like no one won.
Yeah, so you're like 7-0-1. I'm like 0-7-1.
Oh, that was you. Okay. I was so confused. I'm like, what's the third person? I thought you were saying it's like 7-0 and someone else had 1 point.
Well, to be fair, Gabe also did have a point, I think. Did he not? Did he not get one?
Guessed you had Wonderwall.
Oh, did you
on
guess
your list.
Gabe's?
I guessed Gabe's.
And mine.
I didn't guess yours that one.
Oh, but
I guessed Gabe's correctly.
You got the fucking
and then
freebie.
I got the
freebie.
rest.
You got the guest.
Yeah.
Shit.
Well, that's because of where I sat and where we decided to do it.
Yeah.
But also because no one else was ready. I remember I was just like, I know what Gabe's gonna have, so I'll just go first.
Yeah, because that might have been the first time we did predictions.
Yeah, because that was the first one we shot out of that batch, right? Because we weren't going to do that one. Then Gabe was just free Monday.
Yeah, you're right.
So welcome to Rankings, the show where can you imagine just like start over and just like never get out of the loop to our
fucking
list.
Groundhog Day.
I think I started last time.
You did.
So you can start this time.
Okay, we talked about this without actually talking about it right before the show, and that's why it's number 10. But it's a good date for couples. I think it's a great date for couples.
As opposed to dates with people who are not.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I guess you can go on a date with someone without being in a couple.
100%. No, stick around to see what date I take Nick on it, but but no, we talked about this because it is not a good first date at all. It's a shitty first date. Never ever do this for a first date. I'm saying this like I have good dating advice.
I know what it is.
Seeing a movie.
Yeah, I left
It's
it
a
off my
fucking
list
horrible idea.
because it's just like
You don't talk.
Yeah, you don't talk. You don't look at each other. You don't do anything except stare at a screen.
Yeah.
Like a movie at home is different.
Yeah.
Drive-in
Seeing a
is
movie
different.
is a fucking horrible idea.
Because like you can.
drive-in is actually a very
You can
good
talk at
one. Actually,
at a drive-in,
I think about that.
but like a movie, it's just like, hey, you want to go sit in a dark room and say nothing at all?
My first date ever was a movie.
Fucking idiot.
I was 16 years
Stupid
old.
idiot dummy, dude. The guy doesn't even know.
Do you know what movie? Have I ever told you this? Do you know what movie it was?
No, but what year was it?
I was 16. I was in grade 11. It was grade. It was
So 2020.
It was the winter that I was in grade 11. So 2019.
2019.
Yeah.
What came out in 2019?
No, it was November. I remember that as well. It was November.
Not Endgame.
No, it wasn't Endgame.
I don't remember then. I don't remember movies in 2019
It
that
was
well.
it was an atrocity. Are you ready?
Yes.
Cats.
Oh. Right, that did come out in 2019.
What a fucking horrible. Thank God she also had a similar sense of humor. It wasn't even supposed to be our first date. I'd asked her out like the week before. Oh my God, funniest thing ever too. I asked her out first time. This is the first time I've ever asked anybody out. And I was
You
like,
want to see cats?
I was like, do you like want to go out sometime?
No offense, cats.
No,
To the
of
cats
course
in
not.
the room.
No,
There are
no.
cats in the room, by the way.
I was like, do you like want to go out sometime? And I was like really nervous. I've been thinking about doing it for like a month, asking her. And she goes, yeah, that'd be great. And that caught me by surprise. And I was late for my bus. So I went, thank you, and then walked away.
Cool.
Yeah.
Great.
Yep.
Cats.
Yep. Said thank you and walked away. And then I got on the bus, and like at that point my sister was in high school, so I told my sister about it. She's like, oh my God, really? And she was very involved. It was very sweet. But anyways, no, we went to see Cats. It wasn't supposed to be our first date, but it was, because she texted me and she was like, I've seen every other movie, and there's this Cats movie out. You want to go see it? And I was like, fucking sure, why not? Oh my God, what a fucking horrible movie.
I googled a list of some just because I wanted to.
Oh my God, so did I. I haven't been on 10 dates.
Cool. My number 10, I saw one because I thought it was really funny, especially from the angle, like, well, if it doesn't work out, at least you got something done. So at number 10, I put, like, chores, but... But what I'm thinking of, like, an actual date example is like in Friends when like Ross and Rachel go and do Rachel's laundry.
Yeah, no, that's
I'm not
cute.
thinking like, hey,
That's
yeah,
cute.
come over and clean my windows.
Sweep my floors.
Oh, you know what'd be so great? What if you came over and did my laundry? That'd be so great.
Horrible. God, especially from our perspective. Let's continue.
But like those like the realistic answer for like chores and stuff along those lines is like go out shopping.
Yeah,
go,
no,
like,
I know
even
what you
like
mean.
going like on a grocery
Yeah, I've
run
done
or
that
something
before.
like
Yeah.
stuff like that. That could be fun.
It's fun and it's cute, and you get talking done.
And I do think it's really funny to be like, well, if it didn't work out, at least I finally got my groceries. So
and you can say that to them as well,
I
which
went
is
and
also
picked
like
up my
kind of
dry cleaning.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's kind of like a fun way to end it off.
At least
we got some stuff done.
Yeah, I'd even count like going to the gym as a part of that.
Okay.
It's kind of a chore.
Yeah, kind of.
Because it depends on your outlook on working out, but it's kind of like something
It's a chore to me.
It's a chore to me too.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just think it's simple. It could work as a first date, but not all chores. But it could work as a first date if you were like, oh, let's go to Costco.
Yeah.
Feel like it's 2024, man. The standards of like what a first date could be, it's no longer like dinner and a movie. It's like, hey, do you want to go paintball?
Dude, if I just started.
That's a reference to my cousin and her husband. Their first date was paintballing.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cute.
That's sick.
That's good.
Like,
That is really
I'd
cool.
love to do that.
I think I'd be really like if I was talking to somebody and they sent me a text and were like, hey, I'm headed to the grocery store. Do you want to come with?
Yeah, I'd
I'd be
go.
like, sure. Fuck
Yeah.
it. That'd be kind of fun.
You buy me a Costco dog?
You can also like tell a lot about someone by the way they shop.
Yeah,
Like a lot.
that's true. Do they shop till they drop, or do
Like
they?
if I started if I went out with someone and they shopped very non-economically, they just grabbed whatever they wanted. I don't know if that's someone that I would want to stay with.
And if I shopped with someone who didn't get me a Costco dog, I don't know, man. They make good hot dogs.
for it?
Yeah, it's $1.50. I was saying, why don't you buy it? I'm too broke for it.
IKEA dog's $1. IKEA dog better.
IKEA dog is like it's like the same dogs that they have for the Jays games, like the Looney dogs. It's like the simple Bean. Come on, Bean. Come on, Bean. Come on, Bean.
Bean appearance. Bean.
No.
No.
No Bean.
My number
no
9
Bean.
is painting.
No way.
Yeah.
That might come back.
Yeah? I think it's okay, so I think it's cool, but here's why I don't think it's cool. Because I'm not an artist, and so I feel like that would just be like I see all these cute couple dates online where they paint each other.
Yeah, I've seen that
And
a
I'm
lot on
like,
TikTok.
why are all of you good at it?
Yeah. Although to be fair,
If I paint you, it's a stick figure.
Yeah.
Like that's all you're getting.
By Bean. That's fair. I do like painting. I'm not good at painting people, but I do like doing abstract paintings.
I feel like it's fun, and like I enjoy art, and like when I get to do art, I enjoy doing it.
For sure.
I like painting, and I just feel like, especially
never
for a
gotten
first date,
yeah.
again, I don't think that would work very well for a first date.
I've never got a good grip on painting. I tried a lot. I did when I was younger. I wanted to be an animator, so I did like a lot of cartooning classes. Like
I remember you telling me that.
So like I think I'm like. I don't think I'm anything special, but I think I can draw.
You can draw better than I can. The drawings you had of last episode of the cats, I'm up on here. I'm stupid. I didn't even...
I was waiting for you to notice that. That's been there since like you were eating like your lunch. I said that. I can't believe it. And I saw you glancing at it. I'm like, oh, he's about to see it. He's about to see it.
That's fucking brilliant. Holy shit. I don't even know what I was saying. Fuck.
I've never been able to translate it to painting because with a digital pen or with a normal pencil pen, you have such more
There's way more control.
Than you do with a paintbrush. But like I think painting is such, especially like even if you're bad at painting, it's like ice skating. You know, it's like you can have fun with it if one of you's good and one of you's bad.
Yeah, I guess so.
Then I'm not good at skating.
It's a good one. I didn't think about that.
I didn't think about that either. That's why I said I was like, I don't have anything like
That's
that
not on my
there.
list.
My number 9 is another one that I saw from Google, and as soon as I saw that, I'm like, oh, I'm going to do that. You go to an open house for like a house that's for sale, but with no intention of buying the house. That is such a great date idea to just like go hit up open houses, talk to the realtor. I don't know, build a character. Who are you? What's your backstory?
The best one about like that is you can go to really nice places too.
Yeah.
If you dress yourself up really nice, go to like a multi-million-dollar home.
That's so fun. I feel like to just go there and be like, yes, I am Jedediah Blacksworth, and this is my fiance Cherylson and
Cherylson.
Yes, and we used to run in the tobacco industry, but now that has gone other, and we have switched to nicotine vapors. What do you want to sell us today?
Yeah.
Shakes wine glass of vape juice because that's what they sell.
I don't know if my Monets would look very good on this wall.
Yes. Now I was wondering, is this tap water? Is it going to give me the shits? I'll take it. My people will call your people. Just listen for the name Reginald, and you'll know it's my guy.
Yes.
I just think it'd be so funny to just like dick around at an open house. Like obviously don't break anything.
No,
don't,
obviously,
don't be an asshole.
Yeah.
But like, it's. I feel like it could be fun to just show up and like, we have no intention of buying this house, but this is gonna be a fun thing to do.
Yeah. No, 100%.
Fully stole that from Google. That was not me.
That's a really good one. I like that. I don't know where the fuck you found that, but holy shit, what a good one.
I don't know either.
Good job.
I did it while working out. I did this list while like in between sets, so I don't remember any of it. I don't remember any of my list.
My number 8, and this would never have been on my list had I not done it. I've done it. It's going skiing / snowboarding. It doesn't sound like it's good.
I think it sounds bad because people are like, you can't talk while you're doing that, but realistically, the actual time where you can't talk is just when you're going down the hill.
You spend more time on the chairlift than anything
No, for sure.
else.
I've been on ski trip, singular. Oh no,
I've been on ski trip.
Like me and my friends planned one ski trip, but in my elementary school, in grade 7 there was 2, in grade 8 there was 1. So I've been skiing 4 times, and there's a lot of opportunities to talk with people.
Dude, it's incredible.
It's way more social than you'd think.
So I have another.
Unless they're way better than you and they go to better hills, which happened a lot.
I have another funny story about this. This was supposed to be my first date ever. So this is the same girl that I went to Cats with. She was a snowboarder. I am a skier. But she was like, oh, let's...
She was a snowboarder. I said I don't know the words.
was really good. That was really good. Saw cats. But she was like, oh, we should go snowboarding. You should learn to snowboard with me. I've been snowboarding once, and I'm not like bad at it.
Well, I feel like because you skateboard too, that like would be quicker to learn. That's like a lot of my friends who had never skied before, but they would like skated a lot, so they were able to pick up skiing really quickly.
Yeah, and that's why
I skate once a year, so I did not pick up skiing very quickly.
Yeah. So no, snowboarding. I was like, okay, yeah, 100%, that'd be great. And the date went fine until I got a little slightly too comfortable. On my snowboard
and broke my neck and died.
And on my way like down, I was
I've been a figment of my imagination this whole time.
I was going way faster than I thought I was.
That's how I ski. Because I lose control.
Went to turn and I caught my front edge.
Oh, it's feeding time for the cats.
Oh yeah, you can hear it. Yeah.
Feeding time.
I caught my front edge of the board and I went face first straight. So I'm probably going 50 kilometers an hour, something like that. Maybe a little bit less, 40. Either way, that's all of that speed got transferred into the. I had the most atrocious headache. I knocked the wind out of myself, and I laid there on the ground for probably 2 minutes with her staring down at me, being like, "You all right?" And I was just like, I gotta just give me 1 more minute.
Yep.
So I had a headache for the rest of the time, and then after that, I had to sit in the car for 45 minutes while her parents drove us home. Complete silence, all the way.
That's
45 minutes of silence. Other than the quick exchange between her and I was like, oh my god, it's brutal fun. I look back on that, I'm like, holy shit, I don't know how I dealt with that.
I have fallen a lot while skiing, because when I ski, I've never snowboarded, but when I ski, my right leg I have control over. My left leg, for some reason, just I can never get it to actually like I feel like I'm doing the thing right, but it's just not working. So I'm like, I'm like, all right, in control, lose a bit of control. In control, lose a little more control to a certain point where it's like on my right turn, like, nope, I'm already going barreling down. So my friends have seen me fall so much, but there was one time where I had to fall. And a lot of the time I fall on purpose so I don't slam into anything. And so I was like, okay, I have to fall because we're splitting up. There's there's a big hill that lands into a nicer part that then you go to two different hills. So I had to stop. Otherwise I was just going to either continue to fly down a different hill, especially if I went down the one that was way more difficult. And I remember just like being like, I'm gonna fall, and I'm tumbling towards my friends, and I'm like, I can do something funny here. So I turned and I literally landed on the ground like this, like staring at them like, hey, and it was so funny because I was like, they're like, why the fuck did you? Because the way they saw it, I was skiing and then I was falling down a hill, and then I landed. I'm like, hey. So fucking stupid, but I've never been good at. I don't think I'll ever be good at skiing. I don't think I can.
I like it. I have a pair of skis.
I just wish I could go skiing for like 30 minutes though, instead of like 8 hours.
You do have to go for a while. I usually when I go, I don't go for that long. Because that's fucking aggressive, and you wake up the next day and your legs are in horrific
The boots
pain.
are nice though because you just you can sit while standing.
Yeah,
which is cool.
Yeah. That actually, I can't do that anymore because I did it one time and something went wrong with my knees. I don't think my knees have been the same since. It's actually like a horrific.
Because you sat in ski boots.
Yeah. No, I sat. So I sat while I was in the skis. So I sat. Just down on the back of the skis, and just all of a sudden I just felt. I don't know what it was. Something. Both my knees just flared right the fuck up, and I shit you not, they have not been the same since. I can't sit like that now without my knees immediately.
You couldn't sit like that before because it immediately broke your knees.
I don't know what I did. I don't know what I did, and I never went to do it. Never went to a doctor. I don't even think I told my mom. I've done that a few times where it's like I was telling you the one time I thought I broke my ankle and I couldn't walk on it and it was super swollen and I left the hospital because they were taking too long. Yeah. And I think I'm overall okay now. You walk fine.
So my number 8 is even though I kind of find zoos unethical. Just not unethical, but just it doesn't sit right with me that it's we've taken this animal from its habitat and put them in a pen for life. Yep. I put zoo/aquarium.
Yeah,
aquarium is different to me because fish can be so small and also fish are so much more simple. But when you see a polar bear and it's you're not supposed to be here.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like there's some animals you can do with smaller animals that don't leave much of their space anyways. Yeah, that's fine. That makes sense.
And that's where you get to like smaller fish and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. That's cool.
That being
things
said,
lions where you put a lion in an enclosure.
That's not supposed to be here.
Dude, they travel all over the goddamn place. Yeah. They don't. Yeah, no, they know. It's not.
It's so sad. I don't shame people who go to them because I know it's just like they want to see the cool animals.
Well, and if it's a thing, you might as well go to it. Like, it's not. You're not gonna. As shitty as it is, us not going to it is not gonna shut them down.
And so like that's why I put on the list is that like I can see like going to an aquarium or
I've
going
got a
to
similar
zoo
thing up on
being,
the list as well,
being
yeah.
like a fun adventurous
Yep.
thing. This one's less funny. It's just like it's kind of like it's something to look at and talk about.
Yeah.
Which is what you don't get from a movie when you're just talking. Or no, sorry, not talking. Just not talking when you're just watching. But yeah, I don't know. I don't have much to say about this one. It just seems to make sense.
Yeah.
Go to zoo or aquarium. A lot of people have probably done that.
Yeah.
So.
No, my number 7. I do have one like that coming up, so we will talk about it more for sure. My number 7 is going for a drive.
Oh,
Let's go for a drive.
that's nice. Also, not so much of a first date one, but like that's a good one.
No, it works. It works well for first dates.
I think so.
It's-
If you already know the person a little bit beforehand, I feel like if you
Slightly
just met
before,
them and you're
yeah.
like, hey, let's just go in my car for a while.
You have to have had like
At
there has
least
to
from,
be
like,
like a
the-
slight talking stage there in the
I was
middle.
gonna
You're
say,
right.
like, I
You're
feel
right.
like especially if you're a guy offering
right.
that, it's like I feel like if I was a girl and the guy's like, let's go on a drive, like I'm gonna get murdered.
Yeah, no, you're right. No, that is slightly.
He's gonna kill me.
On second thought. No, but it's a good date. 'Cause
It's a good date.
A lot of time to talk. A lot of time to talk.
Yeah.
That's when you get to listen to music together as well. Listen to music together is always a good experience because you always like to have a partner that has similar taste in music.
Yeah.
That's always good. So yeah, going for a drive. It's a really basic one, honestly, and especially coming from my hometown, small town, right? That's all we had to do was go for
There's nowhere to
drives.
go.
So it's like if you were going out, you wouldn't even really qualify it as a date, but like if you were talking to somebody and just, hey, I'm
Grab
out for a
some
drive
fast
right now.
food,
You want to
you know?
go? Yep, exactly. You want
Put
to go
it
for a
in the
drive?
thing.
So it's a really good one.
Find out if you got similar fast food tastes. You know, Wendy's is the best burger.
If you don't think so, get out of the car.
Yeah. Get out.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but we're in the middle
Side
of
of the-
nowhere.
side of the highway, yeah.
Yeah. Well, you know what? You could have had a square patty to keep your energy up, but you know.
Guess who wanted Burger King?
Yeah. I actually. Moving on.
Yeah, we all hate Burger King. We know that. We've expressed that.
My number 7 is one that I think would be really fun, but I haven't done personally. Is make your own pizza.
Yeah.
Come over or go over,
That's
and,
really cool.
and both people make their own pizza. Or like maybe you go out first, you buy the groceries, and you go and it's like, okay, now like make your own pizza.
That's a cute
Maybe
one.
do half and half. You swap.
Again, maybe that is good for first dates.
I think it could
I
be
think
good
it
for a
would
first
work,
date.
yeah.
Yeah, because it's a little bit more formal than just inviting someone to your house. Because like, no, I'm having you come over here because we're gonna make our own
a pizza together. Yeah.
Yeah, and like we're gonna do like I'm not just being like, hey, come to my place.
come to mine.
It's like well, we have to go here because we need an oven and we need a fridge and we need these
Yeah.
places, and it's like it'll be more fun and engaging than just
Yeah.
going and getting pizza.
No, that's cute.
So
that's a good one.
And it's it's creative.
Creative.
Allows opportunity to be creative.
Yeah.
Which is always fun.
Yeah.
And that's what was a big part of me making my list was it creative. I lost
Yeah.
the accent. Do you have like a trigger sentence to get into like any voice? I do a lot of voices, but like I have a lot of sentences that like is the like so to get into a British accent, which I know it's not great, but I always have to go hello love, which is weird. It's weird that hello love is too on the nose.
No, I understand that one though. It is kind of on the nose
Because that just trains my brain how to
feel like
speak.
I can just finally. I feel like I can just get into it. I feel like I can just get into a British accent.
Perhaps.
Perhaps.
Sounds like a load of bollocks.
Loaded bollocks.
A lot of it too is you got to change your slang.
Bollocks.
You
Yeah,
gotta
that
change
is
your
true.
slang. That's because you can't go around and say, like, aluminum. It's aluminium now.
Aluminium.
Yes.
Yeah, you're right. Actually, I never think about that. Aluminium.
In like Russian, I was joking about this at work because I was putting away vodka.
Yeah.
Nikolai.
You do such a good. I can't do Russian.
My phrase for it is, I squish you like bug. Bug. Dead.
Did. I can't fucking do it. I wish I could.
I played too many video games. There was a character named Nikolai, close to my name, yes, and he was Russian.
Very. Did he also rank things?
No.
What did he do?
Killed zombies. But that's what came. But that's like the only two that I think I like, two like real accents that I think I can do that actually kind of sound like you at least know what accent I'm going for.
When I was a kid, I used to be pretty good at accents when I was a kid. But the ones, and this is gonna sound stupid, but Scottish and Russian always mixed together for me.
Really?
There was something about them. It's the ugh.
I can't do Scottish at all. If you could change your fate, would you?
I know that you can do that. Yeah. It's the. I don't know if I can anymore, but I used to be all right at it.
I'm trying to think of anything that sounds like vaguely Scottish.
Anything from Braveheart
Or Shrek. Or Shrek.
Donkey.
Donkey. I just want my land.
Yeah, there you go. That's pretty good.
I don't think so.
That's pretty fucking good.
I wish I could also do Irish. Irish seems so upbeat.
Irish seems cool.
Oh, Thomas, how did you gotta be quicker than that?
Yeah, you're pretty good at that one. Yeah.
What's after happening now? I think that's a Canadian phrase I put into an Irish accent.
Did you?
I think what's after happening now, I'm pretty sure that's Canadian.
I think you're right.
Oh, sorry about that, bud. Oh, sure. I've lost the Canadian one. I used to be able to do that. Ya hoser. Oh, fuck yeah, bud. Oh, sure, sure.
Yeah.
It's a lot less of how it sounds and what you say. It's a lot.
See?
Yeah. A lot of people call it America. Some people call it the USA, but we call it the US, eh?
That's a good one. My number 6
Yes.
is also going for something. Going for a walk or a hike.
To the middle of the forest where there's no service. So
yeah.
it's just like Utah.
It's fucking atrocious. Like over the course of this episode, you slowly find, you're like, I
dumping bodies into
think
acid. Like,
he's a serial killer.
My number one. It's just so cathartic. Yeah, no, going
it's a
on
good
a walk,
one.
especially against small town things.
This time of year, and then also in the middle of fall, when the colors are out, it's just a great time to go for a walk.
Yeah, no, going for walks is fun because it's just like then, especially like in cities, it's nice too because it's like you find a little thing. It's like, oh, let's go in here and grab a drink, or let's try something from this bakery.
That's
like
what
there's
I
options.
like. That's what I like about where I live in the cities because I live right by. For those that don't know Toronto, I live right by the Don Valley, which is basically this big green strip that runs up through the middle of the city and kind of divides downtown from the East End. And it's all full of like trails that go up and down it and stuff like that, and it's beautiful. I went longboarding down it in like October or something like that, November. It was like a little bit too cold at the time, but it was really nice. I went with my buddy Rian. Shout out Rian. I don't know if he watches these, but I'm sure he's seen something about it.
Yeah, I'm sure he's went out of his way to avoid it.
Yeah, but no, and I had a great time, and it's like that's something that I would totally want to do now. Like it's beautiful out, so
no, that's a good one because
we were talking about that. This is the first time that we've ever done episodes. This episode and the last episode we recorded with
the window open.
Yeah, window open, no blind shut. Because it's just too nice out.
Yeah, it's too nice out. The sun's like, it's not changing too much. I did when I was editing the video game episode, which is not out while we're recording this, but will be out by the time this one's posted. Oh. It was really funny while I was editing it, especially with the color correction, watching it get darker. But I was okay with it almost, because I felt like it almost added to it.
It probably, like, if you look at the contrast between the end of that episode and the very beginning, you can probably tell exactly how long we fucking recorded that for.
Yeah, that was a
atrocity.
The edit was 2 hours.
How long
the
was
real thing was probably about like including like from when you hit record on the camera to when we like get up and like it's done.
Yeah, because it also does usually take us a second to work for a cold open.
Yeah, and also just to like get like from when we hit start like get situated.
Yeah.
So I probably ended up cutting like maybe like 20 minutes.
Holy fuck.
Because there was also maybe 30 just because there was like you had a phone call and we had to had to break up the thing for like another I don't remember. There was we had to swap batteries I think because it took so long. But yeah, no, that was a long episode. But it's nice that because I was like the sun just gives you energy, you know. Yeah. So
it's beautiful out, and I cannot wait for the rest of this summer. Oh my god.
My number 6 is painting, and I wrote I wrote painting brackets wine question mark.
Yeah, I saw one online that I didn't put on there, but I thought would be fun. But then I also thought I'd sound like a douchebag if I put it on. Was wine tasting. I saw that and I was like, that would be really fun. But I also felt like sitting here as a 20-year-old being like, wine tasting would be really good. I feel like I would just look like an asshole.
But I think it'd be fun the same way that the open house would be fun. Is that like it'd be fun to go and pretend to be one of those like more posh people.
Yeah, that's why I kind of like those. Is you
not that it would be fun, like because like I want to be just like this one day, but it'd just be funny to just be like, yeah, let's just go pretend that this is something we do. And see if we can.
Yeah, I love doing stuff like that, and I think especially for a first date, I think that's a particularly good first date because I think that's such a unique way to introduce yourself to somebody, and it's also like that's like a different kind of bonding.
I like ones that really show creativity because I feel like that's a good way to see what kind of person the other person is.
That's a really good... That's a good take. I like that take.
Like, so I feel like you could mix the painting and the make your own pizza together. That's why I have them so close. Is that's like, cool, we're gonna make our own pizza and then we're gonna eat the pizza while we paint.
Yeah.
And
I can see that.
Like that. Just I feel like you would really get to know the other person quickly.
You're gonna get to know each other in the pot.
Yeah. Yes.
Anytime I hear anything like that, I just think of that meme. Poor Kevin.
Yeah, in the chili. Yeah. Painting is just a good time. I mean, like, even if you're bad at painting, you can have it's kind of relaxing. You put on some music, you know.
Yeah.
It's especially like when you're painting with people. They're like, "What are you doing? How are you gonna go about it?" And, you know,
yeah, exactly.
Give me the yellow. It
is really cool. Give me the yellow.
Stop hogging the yellow.
It is really cool to like. I really do like the idea of like the blind painting thing. It's just like if I was more talented, I would do it. But I just feel like it would just be so. If we were doing, I guess, painting together, if you're painting the same thing, that would make me feel more comfortable because I'm not doing my own art.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I don't mean specifically to paint each other. I just mean like painting on the whole. Although I did really want to do that, just like even with like people, though, just like everyone like moves around and paints.
That's kind of cool.
The other person.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
But that was my number 6.
Painting's a good one.
Painting brackets wine is specifically what it says.
I like it being there. Number 5.
Yes.
Amusement parks, man.
Oh, that is a good one.
Amusement parks.
I don't think I put that down.
They're amusing for a reason. And
that's why they call it that.
So once again, like I'm thinking,
I was like, man, they really butchered the spelling of a museum.
I'm thinking when I think amusement parks, I'm thinking places like Canada's Wonderland.
Yeah.
So things with like Canada's Wonderland, you're walking around a lot, tons of time to talk on rides. You're having fun.
And
that's
it's similar
a good
to like
bonding
a walk
experience.
in Toronto where you're just like you see a thing and you're like, let's go do that.
Yes, exactly.
Let's go do that.
So you see, and then there's places to eat. So you sit down, you eat together, you get lunch together, whatever. And then usually, like if you're going to an amusement park for a day, like you get there, lunch would be one of the first things you have, or you've already had lunch, something like that. And then you'll either end up having dinner or something like that.
Or
like
it's just tail.
You make a full day out of it. It's more than it feels like more than one date idea in one.
Yeah,
which is
a lot of
really
opportunity.
What I like about it.
Yeah, there's room to get a meal. There's room to catch a show. There's room to go on a ride. There's room to just walk around and talk. Carnival games. It's a whole lot rolled up into one.
Someday when I make a lot of money and the internet can hold me to this, because I will do this. Someday when I make a lot of money,
I will steal the moon.
I want to take somebody on a first date to Disney. Just straight to Disney and straight back.
Yeah.
That'd be so funny.
No Animal Kingdom. I have no beef with Animal Kingdom, but I'm adding a clause to your thing that now also Animal Kingdom is off limits.
Yeah, Animal Kingdom's slightly better because they got a lot more space.
I don't remember any of them because I was 3 years old the only time I went.
Oh shit, how old was I? My sister was turning 6, so I was 7.
And for you at home, just think, what do you remember about being 3? Exactly.
Yeah, get fucked.
I do think Disney World is my earliest memories, but I also because I don't know, like, 3. Do you remember anything from being 1 or 2?
Okay, my earliest memory.
I
think I do. I think I was 2
keep
years
in
old.
mind,
my
like,
earliest memory.
I might have earlier memories, but I don't know from when they are. I just know I was young. But Disney World, like, I have a year assigned to it, so I know it was the year. It was the year I think I would be turning 4, but I was no, I don't think so. Maybe.
I know.
Either way, I was 3.
I know that from my first memory, I could walk. So I don't know if it was like late into like being 2. Which would make sense because it was like August, I think.
Shit, I could walk at 3. Look at me go, dude. Let's fucking go.
I think
some kids can't.
No, a lot of kids nowadays can't. What are you gonna do? Shove a YouTube video in front of your kid on how to walk?
Hey, what's up, dudes? And welcome back to another video. Today we're gonna teach your baby how to walk.
I can't even. I'm so hypercritical of parents like now. So hypercritical. I know I shouldn't say anything because I know I'm not a parent. I know I'm like only 20, but I'm so wildly critical of them. I think that this generation right now is absolutely fucking chalked.
I do think a big part of that too is also just that, like, the internet.
Yep,
and
100%.
And like when I was younger, I used to want to have kids. Now I don't.
But like your access to the internet is fully decided by your parents.
Yes.
And that's where the parenting comes in.
And nowadays, people are smart enough to know like a little bit more. But
millennials were also in high school when the internet was a thing. And millennials are the ones having kids. You can't sit there and say you don't know how the internet works at this point.
But yeah,
my parents didn't. That's fine.
Some parents of like Gen Z and like maybe the start of Gen Alpha, where it's like, things were still new and changing a lot. That is like, I can understand. It's like you don't know that YouTube isn't just a safe, silly platform. Like there are some stuff that maybe should be like
even my parents had an idea that YouTube probably
Same
wasn't
here.
the safest thing.
I still watch the videos that my parents wouldn't let me watch, but they didn't know until they did. But
I did, and my dad didn't have an issue with it from when I was 13 to 15, and then when I was 15, gained an issue with it again. And I was like, that's backwards. I don't know how you came to that conclusion. I don't know. Yeah, I was like, I don't know how. No, I don't know.
For me, it says 14 and up.
Yeah.
YouTube is you're not even supposed to use YouTube unless it's like 13 and up, isn't it? Or that's how old you have to be to make a channel.
13 or 14, something like that.
Yeah, that's how old you have to be to make a channel. Yeah. Is it my number 5?
Fucking what is Ryan's Toy Reviews doing? Get that kid off the platform.
Well,
holy shit.
It's the parents' channel. And I also think he's probably older than 13 now. My number 5 is similar to yours, but like way more small scale.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking, I thought, I didn't think big scale. I think the biggest I got was zoo and aquarium. But my number 5, I put an escape room.
That is so cool.
I think that's a fun one to do. That's also a fun one to do as a double date. Get a group of 4. Because it's fun, because it's you'll have less room for it to be awkward, because there's never not something you're doing beforehand. You're like, escape rooms I think are really fun.
Dude,
so there's a lot to talk about leading up to it, and during it, it's like there's always like you're trying to solve puzzles, so there's never even an opportunity for an awkward silence.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, you can always fall back on the fact of the puzzles to have conversation, and then you have like you had a fun experience, or maybe you didn't get out. I don't know. Like there's room for it to not go well, but I think
there's room for every date to not go well.
Yeah, exactly. So I feel like this one, like even after the fact, you could be like, oh yeah, that was fun, and like, hey, remember when you did all of it and I was there?
Yeah, no, that's 100% a good one.
Just like puzzles too, not like puzzles like I'm trying to make this picture. I do. I don't do them.
No,
that's why I was talking about like in the video games when I was talking about like the Zelda games, because it's like all the dungeons are puzzles and stuff. Like I like things like that. Those are fun to me.
Yeah.
It's also a good way to find out if you have common interests. If you like escape rooms, and you're like, hey, do you want to go to escape room? Like, that's lame as shit. Then it's like, then maybe we shouldn't do anything.
Yeah. No, I agree. Escape rooms are really cool. I've always thought that was a good. I don't know why that didn't go on my list. Fuck, you always have one.
You're not as smart as me.
You always have one.
Because I'm the smart one and I'm with stupid.
Yeah. My number 4 was aquarium. Yeah,
I think aquarium over zoo.
Aquarium over zoo, 100%. Because that's so much. The zoo's boring in the grand scheme of things as well.
The zoo can be so warm too. Like if it's hot outside, like at least there's air conditioning in the aquarium. Yeah. And the aquarium, like because you're inside, it's way vibier with the colors and the lights and everything.
Mind you, I don't mean things like fucking Marineland. That is not an aquarium. That is a fucking horrible place. Oh my god.
There's magic up on the mountain high.
Dude, I can't believe.
Buckle up, your seats were headed to the sky.
I heard something about that the other day. Like I heard part of the jingle, and I was like,
scream as loud as you can. Everyone loves Marineland.
No, they don't.
It's ingrained in everyone's head. I think at least in Ontario, anyway.
I went once. I don't remember much.
I don't know. I know for sure. I at least went once. We might have went I think maybe one when we were like really young. Like I must have been like 4 or 5.
I went with my dad, my sister.
I might have even been younger than before we went to Disney. I think one summer we had seasons passes.
I want to say that I was like, I went with my dad and my sister, and I want to say I was like 11.
From my memory, though, it's definitely for like little fucking kids.
Yeah. Well, and that was also at a time, mind you, I should say this. That was at a time when like nobody had an issue with things like that as well. There was no like the issues with the treatment of like the whales and stuff like that had not yet come out. At least from what I know, had not yet come out. No, so I was not actively. Even at that age,
it was
if I had heard about that, I would not have been. I would not have been like, oh.
From my memory, when that story came out, we were well past a point where we were like me and my family were ever considering going to Marineland.
I think I was in high school when that's. I want to say that was like 2017 when all that started. Yeah, that was when I was going into high school.
Yeah, maybe. Although I will never forget it, like the theme song. I remember the Sky Screamer looking taller than it probably is. I haven't seen a picture of it in forever, but I remember it looking giant. And then making me really want to do it, because I'm like I don't know, I feel like I'm like I thread the needle of like enjoying like the thrill seeking stuff where it's like I don't want to go skydiving, but I also when I say I can't sit here and honestly say I never want to go skydiving because part of me is like, well, do I really want to have never experienced that? Like maybe I do want to do it.
Right?
Maybe I do want to go skydiving. Yeah. Like I don't know.
I'm not a big amusement person. That was one of the things about Marineland that I didn't like because I saw how tall that was and went, nope, I'm not doing that. My dad and sister went on it and I waited at the bottom.
I love drop towers too.
Who fucking said that the other day? My dad was talking to my buddy Logan, and Logan was like, "Remember when we all went to Canada's Wonderland and this fucking idiot just sat and waited for us on all the rides?" And my dad's like, "Yeah, that was stupid." And I'm like, "What is happening?"
There's
right now?
rides I don't like to go on. Like I don't like Flight Deck at Wonderland because that's the one where it's like it's the one where your feet dangle.
Surprisingly, I like that one.
Like
I don't like the fact that
that's
it shakes
the whole
your
ride
head around. That's
you have to,
so
every time I bring
horrible.
someone on it for the first time, I'm like, hey, like just hold your head to the
one
right
side,
the whole time. So there's roller coasters I don't like. I do actually like drop towers though.
I don't like.
I enjoy that thrill. I enjoy
No.
that. Like it's scary leading up to it, but
Sure
after
fucking
it
is.
happens, it's like yeah, that was exhilarating.
Not
like
my
that was
thing.
fun. I
Can't
learned,
do those.
Actually, the other day I heard that apparently like all these people who do like really big like thrill seeking or like just this is a common thing amongst all of them is that like part of the reason is like a dopamine deficiency. So when they do these crazy things, like when they go skydiving or whatever, like that's them like reaching like what I might get from just seeing a show I like, you
Really?
know? So it's like
fucking lucky us then, dude. Holy shit.
which I thought about that and I'm like, it was like,
Bro, you gotta go skydiving to get your. I gotta sit and play a video game.
yeah, I like. What? You gotta go skydiving to get your dopamine? You're getting dopamine? That must be nice.
You guys are getting dopamine.
I do enjoy like I'm always nervous like not so much with haunted houses anymore because I'm so painfully aware that although that's also a good date idea.
There's a corner.
It's like I'm just so painfully aware that it's people in costumes now that like it doesn't scare me past like if I get jump scared
yep.
where like I didn't know
You
he
can
was
usually
there.
tell where the jump scares are coming too. That's what I'm saying. Like,
It's just-
there's a corner. You know exactly.
I'm too aware. So
Yep.
they're not, but like when I was younger and stuff, like I would always like talk a big game and I'd get there and then I'd do it, which is something I still feel proud of myself for
Good
doing
for
that I
you.
wouldn't bail. It's like, so I went into so many, another reason I think I've gotten over them so much is that I went into so many haunted
all
houses
of them,
first.
yeah.
I was at the front of our group. So
I'm doing it.
like yeah, so I'm like 12 years old. I remember like Nightmares in Niagara Falls. That was
Yeah.
terrifying.
Yeah.
One of the scariest haunted houses. But
It's been a long time since I've been to that one.
it's
but
it's been a long time. I think it was 2017. 2017 was the last time I went.
Fucking really?
But I enjoy having done them
yeah.
after, and you know sometimes they're fun in the moment because it's just such an experience. There's nothing else to like. I would like. I would like to try like like parasailing and stuff like all these things. Was like I know parasailing's not that like thrill seeky, but also
No.
like you're like being
It's
flown
cool,
in the
though.
air just because of how fast a boat's going.
Yeah, that's very cool.
So
I would love to try that. We have parasails back home. They leave from the wharf there where all those big boats were. They leave from there, and you see them all the time whenever we go to the cliffs. You can see them fly by and wave at them and stuff. It's really cool.
I would love to.
I would try that. That's
I think I've always, especially with skydiving, I always just find myself being like, I'm not gonna go skydiving. I tell people like I don't think I can go skydiving, but like when I say it, I feel like I'm lying.
Yeah.
I'm like maybe I do want to go
so
skydiving.
Here's my thing with skydiving. I feel like, because I'm not a big fan of
can't-
heights, but I
No,
feel like
me
it
neither,
wouldn't.
but, like-
I feel like it wouldn't be that scary because the ground's so fucking far
I
away.
feel like I'd be- yeah.
You don't notice.
I think I'd be shitting bricks like leading up to it,
But that's just the
flying up
thought.
in the air, and then I would be fucking terrified to jump out of the plane. I know that. But once I'm out, I feel like I'd be okay.
I feel like I'd be half alive, half shitting myself because I'm
Obviously,
falling.
but I
I'm
feel
waiting
like
for that chute
But I
to
feel like
pull.
there would be yes.
And if that doesn't pull,
Yes, 1,000% there would still be the fear of the chute, but I feel like a lot of the anxiety would go away because it's like, all right, I'm in the air now. Like, we're going.
Yeah.
Like, there's no more like, I could just sit in the plane, or like, I could just not go on the plane. I could just sit on the plane. I could take the plane back down. But now once I'm in the air, it's like, well, fuck, I'm doing the thing.
that's what it was for me. I went to Canada's Wonderland a long time ago with some friends, and I got pretty much pressured into going on the Leviathan, which was the first time I'd ever gone on anything like that. And
I love that one though.
So
That first drop is so.
Dude, we're going up to the top, and I'm just sitting like, this is a great view, and like I was actually legitimately enjoying the view of the city and everything like that, and I was like, this is really cool. And I remember looking down and just being like,
Roller coasters don't scare me.
I'm here. Like I can't do anything about it. I'm here. After that initial drop, after the ride up and getting over the top, which by the way, the ride up on that is surprisingly quick.
Yeah.
For how fucking ridiculously tall that roller coaster is, surprisingly quick. Did the drop and everything, and I was like, okay, this is fine. And so during the ride, I actually did enjoy myself.
That's fair. Yeah, I've never found myself afraid of roller coasters because it just feels so secure.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. It doesn't freak me out. But I've also, this is the dates episode, so I won't go too much into this because this is a deep thought. But I also have never been like that afraid of death. But I know I'm young. So that's probably why it seems such a far out concept. But like,
I'm so wildly afraid of it.
The fact of being mortal has never been like.
It used to keep me up at night when I was a kid.
That's fair.
There's still sometimes where it keeps me up, and I'm like, I had no idea. My mom always told me when I was a kid that it was because I was tired, which definitely is not true. And I think about that now, I'm like, definitely is not true. But anytime that I think about that shit now, I'm just like, I'm tired, gotta go to bed. So I go to bed because it is always at night, and so maybe it is something to do with the fact that I am like kind of tired.
But also, it is always nighttime where like stuff like that happens because it's just like the world is quieted down.
Yes, you're alone with your thoughts.
Yeah,
and so it's always scared me a bit. I think as I've gotten older, I've gotten better about talking about it. Like this doesn't fucking bother me. Like I know that it's gonna happen someday. But that was like, I hated thinking about that when I was a kid. And again, now it's not great now, but I've
always
fine
liked
with it now.
the lyric at the start of Great Gig in the Sky where it's just that man. It's like, I'm not frightened of dying. What is it? I'm not frightened of dying. Any time will do, really. I don't mind. Why should I be frightened of dying? There's no reason for it. We all got to go sometime. And not that I necessarily agree with how he said it. Where it's not that I'm like, I could die any day now and I'd be okay with it. It's like I don't want to be dead, but also it's like I understand it's gonna happen at some point. I'm afraid for people I care about to die, but like me myself,
yeah,
I'm
that
like, it's gonna
that
happen.
does worry me more. Like like when my mom and my sister passed, I don't know how I'm gonna deal with that. And that's
we're supposed to be ranking dates.
I know, dude. It's so wild. I wonder if they can tell we're single.
Bro, we got to this from Escape Room. I was talking about my number. The last thing we were talking about was my Escape Room thing.
Fuck. Well, we won't divulge any more into this. We'll do
top 10 things that keep you up at night.
Yeah,
we've talked about doing that episode.
Have we? We have.
Yeah, I've said like
that was a joke for a while that we had.
We'll go to. I shot you a text and I was like, what if we went like to either your hometown or my hometown and found just like some dark suburban street at night.
That's right.
Set up the camera across the street and just be like, top 10 things that keep me up at night.
That's right. We did. We joked about that recently.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
we should do that. If you want to see that, drop a like on this video.
Yeah. Hit subscribe. Hit the bell. Last episode we did a call to action at the end and then said, you know what, we should do it at the start.
Right now.
And now we just talked about death and how and so like and subscribe.
We probably made a great clip. Anyways,
yes, and we probably made someone have a panic attack.
My number 3 is have a nice meal.
Yeah, your number 3?
Yeah.
What was your number 4?
Aquarium.
I didn't do my number 4.
Yeah, you did escape room.
No, my number 4.
Well, for fuck's sake, I thought your number 4 was escape room.
No,
okay.
my number 4. I guess maybe we got that from aquarium.
We did. We got that from aquarium.
Bad.
That's wild.
My number 4 is thrifting.
Oh, that's cool.
Which is also really funny that like again from what we were just talking about to be like have a nice meal and go thrifting. Again, it's kind of like a chore, but I made it its own thing because it's like you can both go out, go clothes shopping, and thrifting's a very fun way of shopping because it's like a mystery box. You go to a store like, what are we gonna find? What are we gonna get?
This is a good one. I like that we have very unique answers this time. There's a few that like cross over, but
grab a good meal. That's always gonna be a classic one.
Yeah, that is obviously my next.
I'm always worried about dry conversation.
Are you okay? So if you were to go on a date, would you rather go on a lunch or a dinner date for a first date?
I think I'd rather go get lunch.
Me too.
I think I'd rather be the afternoon.
I agree
because
with that.
It feels lower stakes. I feel like a big problem with like why people don't want to do first dates anymore is because they feel so big and and that's where that's why we have so many people that are just like situationships and whatnot where it's like they're not they never put the label on it. It's like
issue with
if you make
such
if you make such a big like thing of the first date, like I think that scares people now. So it's just like, hey, let's go get lunch.
It's
so much lower stakes. You don't have to dress up. up super nice to go to a nice restaurant. Like I would go to I wouldn't be like, let's go get lunch and then go to like some fast food place. Like pick like an actual like lunch spot. But it's just much chill and and if it ends and you figured out like that wasn't the vibe, then you leave and it's like, well, okay, cool, it's 4 p.m. What do I want to do now? Like that's, you still have the rest of your day.
It's like, it's so unfortunate because it's like I haven't had to ask anybody out in person, like to go out and do something in person, since the first time I ever asked anybody out. Everything else has been online. Not necessarily.
See cats.
Yeah.
Hey, I was thinking that maybe later I could miss my bus and we could see cats.
Do you want to see James Corden's massive bulge? I
want to see cats, and you're like, yeah, that's what I meant too. You like close a tab on your phone, like
it's not even just a tab. It's every tab. It's just individual photos. My camera roll is filled with James Corden's cat bulge.
I want to do that next time someone asks if they can look something up on my phone. Just be like, yeah, 1 second. 1 second.
Yeah. It's just a
like
quick
closing
search.
a million tabs.
Yeah, so I don't think I've had to ask anybody else in person since then, which is like, that's not because I'm not doing it and I'm afraid of doing it. Not in the slightest. It's because it's dating apps. It's all, and like, you don't know anybody in person through dating apps. I don't know if there's been another person that I've like met in person and like connected with and had to actually ask out, because I would never, if I met somebody in person, or like if I met somebody at school and I had to ask them out, I'm not going to do that over text, because in my personal opinion and just the way I was raised, you don't do that.
Yeah, I think it's very circumstantial. I think like there's times where you can do it over text, but I do think if you're just like doing it because it's like, hey, it's scary to do it in person.
Yes.
Like then it's
the
like,
only time that you can do it over text, in my personal opinion, is if you're talking on a dating app. That makes the most sense, because that's to meet up, you actually have to plan something. You have to ask each other out. There's an expectation between the two of you.
I think there's a bit more of a gray area where it's like, maybe if you have like known the person for a while and y'all have been like kind of in the talking stage, and you're in a conversation right now, and it's like, oh, this is a good time for me to drop this. To drop it.
Yep.
Then I think that can work.
That can work. I usually, again, same thing though, I try to avoid that.
Very circumstantial.
Yeah, I try to avoid that, because again, if it's somebody that I've known for a long time, I know I'm going to see them in person again, and so I know that I will have another opportunity to do so. And so like, that's one of the things that I don't like doing. It comes down to the same thing as, you don't break up with somebody over text.
That's why whenever I plan on asking someone out in person, I also hire a hitman to try and kill me, so that way I'm more afraid of that, and it makes the other thing less scary, because then now I'm more afraid of like okay, I have to do it, because the longer I take to do this, the more time the hitman has to kill me.
Yeah, women didn't know men did this. This is very common.
This is very true. Yeah, so like,
you get asked out, there's 100% a sniper on a building somewhere.
Yes, but you're okay. The sniper's there for the guy.
Oh yeah, he's there for the dude.
So and
he hired him though.
Yeah,
and you should know that. You should know that he has access to that.
And it's still fine, because it does. And you know, it's rest easy, because the sniper's not going to kill him based on your answer.
No,
he's just trying to kill him because that's what he was contractually obligated to do.
Yeah, it's fully up to the dude. He's just got to ask you quick enough.
Just like,
and
constantly,
if he doesn't, there's like one person out
great
there.
lunch spot. Yeah, I really love the scenery. A lot of high up buildings. You want to go inside?
There's one singular person out there that has had that happen to them, and had someone talking to them, and had like a hit called on them. Yeah, and it's just like, that's normal.
Yeah,
one singular person. That must have happened at least once.
New bucket list item for me is to break up with a girl by pretending to be like sniped. Could you imagine? Obviously, I'd never do that. It'd just be like,
you have no idea how much I love you. Bang!
Yeah.
Oh my God!
Oh God!
It's over. I'll never see you again.
Vital organ. Oh God!
That's definitely my heart. I've got 2 seconds. Goodbye.
Like spitting up blood and shit.
It's not it's like obviously ketchup.
Yeah. It's like a ketchup pack that was in the back, like side of my mouth the whole time. I've been like talking like this because there's a ketchup pack out of my mouth. You know what's one of the most evil pranks you can do to someone is like at like a McDonald's or whatever, is open a ketchup packet, put it at the bottom of their straw, and put that in their cup.
Yeah,
so that way,
horrible.
that's evil.
That's horrible. I'm gonna do that to you now that you said that.
Good luck. I don't buy drinks a lot of the time when I go to fast food places. True. So
that's true.
You're gonna have to wait a while.
I wouldn't do that to anybody.
So that
anyways.
means it's my number 3 now, right? Because your number 3 was get a good meal.
Yes.
So my number 3, we've talked about this in depth a lot. Karaoke.
I saw that on there and I thought about it, but then I was like, can I actually see myself going to karaoke on a first date? No. Can I see myself going to a karaoke in even in a long-term relationship, I still find karaoke slightly awkward. And that's just me, and I just find karaoke awkward in general. And
I'm
that's
one of those people
thing.
that like I kind of like awkward situations when you like. I feel like there's a way for you to be able to thrive in an awkward situation, and we were joking about this earlier when we were talking about making like jokes about like death or whatever, just being like, it's awkward, but that's part of like the
off camera. He means off camera.
Yes. So like I would like I think sometimes, because I've had even just like with like friends before, there's an awkward situation, but you're both aware that it's awkward, that it almost allows you to be like, this is so awkward that let's just not care how awkward it is. Like it's almost freeing. Yeah. So I feel like if you are compatible with the person you're at karaoke with, then it's like, hey, this might be kind of cringe, this might be kind of weird, but like it'll be endearing in that way. Yeah. And it circles back around. So that's what I think would be fun about it. But I also agree it's not for everyone. No, it's, but for me, I think it'd be really fun.
I did karaoke with a girlfriend I had at the time, and some of her friends, and that was enjoyable. And like I slowly like kind of got into it, but for most of the time, I really just like I sat there. I had a beer, I sat down, and just like kind of let everybody do their thing and enjoy themselves, and that also like obviously has something to do with the fact that I didn't know everybody extremely well. Sure. But there's also the part where I was like, I don't want to get up and sing. Even in front of like, I'd been with her for like 2 or 3 months at the time, and I was like, I don't want to do that in front of her. She doesn't need to see me sing.
Yeah. That's fair. It's not for everyone, which is valid.
I can agree with it though. It is kind of a
exactly.
Cool
you get where I'm coming from. I get what you're coming from. It makes sense. Apples to apples and what have you.
This one I like because it reminds me of home, and it's also
go to my home.
Yeah.
To be murdered. So we were right.
Nick's prediction was I was a serial killer.
Yeah,
Here we are.
At number 2, I
he
think
got it again. Oh my god.
Yeah, at number 2, I think you're gonna have cutting up a body into pieces and burying it at different states.
What was your prediction for me again?
Concert at number.
You said it'd be fairly high up. You didn't specify a number. You just said it'd be fairly high up. I think I said
2 or 3.
You just said it'd be high up.
We can watch it back. I'm so positive I said 2 or 3.
Either way, whatever. My number 2 is farmers markets.
Oh, I thought you were leading up to it being concerts.
No. I just figured I'd make sure that's what I knew. Continuing on. Anyways, so
it was very similar vibe to thrifting in a way. It's like, what are you gonna get?
Yeah,
like
exactly.
You kind of know what you're getting yourself into. Like, obviously,
it's got multiple different uses. Like if you go there on a first date, it's very cute. You can see all this different like
there's
stuff.
Food, there's clothes, there's knickknacks, there's jewelry,
little stores and stuff like that. It's so enjoyable. But then if you go there as an established couple as well, it's also adorable because you're like, oh, we should buy this and we should like look at all this stuff we could get together. Like it's very cute. So I think farmers markets are adorable and
that makes sense.
Definitely work really well for just. I find it hard calling it a date because that's just like you're going out for the day. But I guess that is a date. Yeah. You just don't label it a date most of the time when you do it. You're like, oh, want to go to the farmer's market? Yeah, go. Yeah. And that doesn't... I don't know why I never label things as a date whenever... Like, the only time I ever label things as a date is when you actively say, oh, you want to go to a date? That's not true, but...
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying. And, like, I think farmer's markets, too, it's fun because it's like I also saw one that was like go to garage sales, but I was like that would be fun, but also I don't think enough people do garage sales consistently. Where it's like you'll be lucky if you can find one. Yeah. So a farmer's market is kind of just like if all the garage sales in a neighborhood were localized into one place in a way, because I know there's a lot more to farmers markets than like stuff that people like, but I just mean like vibe wise, where it's just like there's like like the things I listed earlier, like you're gonna run into those things. We also don't know like how like what you'll find. Yeah, exactly. You might find something super fucking cool, like you might find your new favorite shirt, you might find your new favorite like condiment, like you never know.
We have like a really nice farmers market back home, and like I've gone on a few dates there with a few different people, and it's always been enjoyable. Always been a good time.
Also makes me think of is it Winterfest or is that the Wonderland thing? Whatever
Winterfest
it is they do in Toronto.
Wonderland.
Okay, but you know what I'm talking about, where it's like there's like it's by like is it the distillery district?
Oh,
but you know what I'm talking
the
about?
Winter Market. Yeah.
That one's fun too.
It's also
it's
adorable.
fun because that one's all holiday themed.
That's a place that I've wanted to go on a date. I don't think I had. No, I haven't. I haven't gone on a date there.
I'm gonna take Mrs. Claus there.
Yeah.
Take that, Santa.
Yeah.
Fuck you for giving me coal, Santa. I'm gonna date your wife.
I'm gonna steal your wife, Santa. You're 3,000. Oh. There's a bit of an age gap, but I think we can make it work.
That's crazy. You look so good for 3,000.
Yeah. Yeah.
My number 2, I didn't do it because it has my name in it, but number 2, I put a picnic.
Oh, cool. That was going to be my number 10, and then I put in seeing a movie. Because I felt I needed to talk about seeing a movie because it is a good date when you're an established couple.
But I think a picnic in 2024 is very different from what you probably picture when you hear picnic, where it's like there's a blanket and a basket and
That's what I
pulled out
picture.
sandwiches.
That's what I picture.
feel like now you can have okay, you got some music, maybe
Yeah,
and you can really plan a picnic,
No, they are
especially if
very
you did it
nice.
at night. Like you could do it, get some some fairy lights that don't need an outlet and stuff. Like you can do a lot better food nowadays. There's a lot more stuff
Yeah,
that
no,
exists
that's
that
true.
you can bring, like card games, board games. If you wanted to do something like that, like even again, you could paint there. Like you could
The issue I had with picnic was it didn't feel like a good first date one for me. Like I don't know if I could ever envision myself doing that on a first date.
No, not really.
Because it is just kind of like a...
But also a picnic you could do at a beach.
Yeah, and that's your number 2, right? Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Sorry, for some reason I thought you said your number 1. I was like, hold on, we missed something.
No. I still have my number 1.
No, picnics are adorable.
Yeah.
The farmers market and the picnic have a very similar vibe to me.
Yeah, exactly. Where it's
Yeah.
just I feel like it's one of those things where it's classic. It's similar to getting food, but it also has enough other elements to it
twist.
that it makes it a bit more fun and allows less room for if conversation's going nowhere. Where you're just like, well, now we just have food and sit in silence. Where it's like, okay, well, what else can we do at picnic? Like we're in nature. There's other stuff
100%.
there and going on.
100%.
But yeah. You're number 1.
Number 1. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you did not get me with concerts this time. You have ended your streak.
Officially, yeah, because you
Finally.
just fully didn't have concerts on there.
Fucking Christ. It has been weeks of you just
In all fairness,
guessing everything.
though, I don't really have anything on here that is
No, I
go
didn't.
get food because
No,
I
I
have
didn't.
make your own pizza.
I didn't get it. I didn't get mine either.
I
but-
was thinking about that, but that's weird. I had nothing on my list that was go out to get food. I don't
Yeah.
count picnic and make your own pizza because that's
they don't
bring
count- they don't-
your
those
own
don't count.
food.
Yeah, those don't count.
That's
My number
crazy.
1
Neither of us predicted one.
is museum. I said slash art gallery.
So technically, we tied again.
Yeah, we did. It's not a win for either of us. I'm just happy you didn't guess me. I'm just happy, man. Yeah. Fuck. Museum / art gallery is what I wrote down because I kind of lump those into one. An
Those
art
are
gallery
fun.
feels the same as a
I picture,
museum
like,
because all
Ferris
of the
Bueller.
art is fucking old anyways. I'm not talking about like a modern art gallery where it's like, oh, look at this new painting by this person that made it in 2023.
It's similar to the aquarium where it's like you're not actually going to there and be like, yes, this is my favorite fish and whatever. It's like, no,
You're going to
it's
look
the
at it.
experience.
And it's the whole point of that, in my personal opinion, of going to a museum / art gallery, whatever you want to call it.
You're
is-
going to
is-
have fun with the other person.
Well, that, and it's like everything that's there can serve as a conversation starter,
Yeah.
which is like, it makes it easier for everyone. That's a
Yeah.
low stress environment.
Exactly.
Plus, like if you go to somewhere like the ROM here in Toronto, they've got food downstairs, and so you can go get food together as well, and it's very, very nice.
Yeah, that's fair.
Those are cute.
My number 1 was concert because I couldn't think of anything.
So
for
you
nine, and
did
I
guess
was,
okay,
I was
yeah.
pulling from my own list because I was sitting. I was I don't know what a number 1 would be. It's that could be a good first date if you have already been somewhat talking to the person. You have a similar taste in music. I don't actually know if I fully agree with that being the best one. I just really had a hard time being what is the bet? Because there's not. It's very much dependent on who the people dating are.
I went to a Tame Impala concert one time as
Did you know?
Here we fucking go.
Did you know that Tipsy Peterson is one? Did you know that Tampa Bay police system is one person? Did you know that tambourine impaling is one person?
I had no idea.
Isn't that crazy?
That's fucking wild, man.
Yeah, this whole time. Tire iron parrot, one guy.
Tire iron parrot. Wow, holy shit. No, I went to a Tame Impala concert as
the fuck are
technically
they?
a first as technically a first date, I guess. Weird environment. I don't know if I'd ever do a concert again but that was because it was a first date because that was weird.
I do think it could be a little bit weird as the first date, but I'm thinking
Especially such a big concert.
There's
that was also part of the thing that made it weird. It was a huge concert.
But I think part of it, especially if it was an underground one, that'd be pretty cool. Like a less popular band, that could be cool.
And for those out there thinking, you spent that kind of money for no, I'd known the person for a very long time beforehand, so it was she had tickets and she was like, oh, I've got an extra, do you want to go? And I was like, oh, sure.
Yeah,
It was not. It was yeah.
I think part of the experience too for like why a concert would be a good date is like if you're like gonna do a pregame before, or like you're probably gonna meet up before, and it's like cool, and like maybe outfits. Are you trying to like dress similar? Are you trying to like dress for the vibe? And then and then there's the actual show itself, and then there's after the show. It's like, okay, do you want to go get food, which would most likely happen after.
Didn't even hang out after the show.
But like
I had to drive home. I got home at 2 a.m.
I'm thinking like now though, like I'm thinking
no, you're
like
right.
in 20s,
Smaller,
in your 20s.
Smaller concert, like 100%. I can see that being actually like a really fun date, and like again, same as you said, like prepping for the concert, getting some food afterwards.
The whole,
it's the night
exactly. But but it's revolving around the concert, so that's why I put the concert.
So if you start at like 5 o'clock and just after you guys have like a snack each, and then you meet up.
It's a fun one. I don't know if I fully agree that it's number one, but just this one was really, because I don't think there's really, what's gonna be hard about this list is that I don't think there's actually like one here that we can be like, clearly this is number one, because it very much depends on
who you are
and who they are, and like
exactly 100%.
And so now time.
With that said, this is going to be the definitive list. You should use these every time you.
Yeah, because you know what is going to really help the dating community is two straight guys' opinions on what the best date is.
Yeah.
This will apply to
all of you.
Yeah, this will apply to everyone.
This is the widest
demographic that we will reach is so yeah, no, this is gonna be like,
hey, you're not with stupid anymore. Thank God. Fuck, I can actually act smart again. Just for the bit, I had to say dumb stuff.
Yeah, actually, my real list was all wine tasting and going to going to art exhibits,
doing math
for the art.
What do we say number 10 is?
My number 10
I'm
was
off the camera if I do that. Fucking my bad, folks. Holy.
My number 10 was chores.
Was what?
Was the chores.
The chores. I like it more than seeing a movie.
I don't think seeing a movie should be on here, but I don't know if I want to write chores on the official list.
No, neither do I.
Do you want to put the open house at 10?
Oh, yeah, dude. Yeah. I want it on there.
Cool.
Someone go and do that and tell us how it goes.
Yeah.
Someone go on a date, whether you've been with your partner for a long time or you're going on a first date, whatever.
Go to an open house.
Yeah.
But you can't ever let them know that you're not interested in buying the house, because then that's not. You have to go there and you got to sell it.
Yeah.
You got to sell it instead of them, because they're going to try and sell the house to you, and you got to sell that you're interested in the house to them.
Yeah, exactly. They have to think that you want that house.
That's fair. That was my number 9. So what was your number 9?
Painting.
My painting was my number 6.
Yeah. Which makes sense for it to go. It was your number 6?
Yeah.
I thought it was your number 5.
No, escape room was my 5.
Fuck. All right.
I had zoo and aquarium at 8.
I had going skiing / snowboarding at 8.
I could put skiing at 9.
Because I also have aquarium later.
I could put skiing at 9. Yeah. That makes sense.
Oh my God, I don't know. Oh, fucking hell. I'm sorry. It is actually so
Is there
rude
one
beyond.
I in skiing?
No, there's 2.
Okay.
You got it. You nailed it.
Plus snowboard.
Burden.
Trust that there's more room to socialize in this event than you think.
There's like way more than you would ever expect.
The only times you can't talk is when you're going down the hill, and that is so quick.
Even sometimes you can talk during that.
Sometimes, yeah, it depends how long the hill is.
Yeah.
But like if it's one of those quick ones, and especially if one of you is a beginner and one of you is not, then maybe not so much. But like there is room to talk, and then
there's a lot of room to talk, especially because you go up to the chalet and you get food too. And
my 8 was zoo and aquarium. I feel like that stuff should be higher up personally.
Yeah, me too. So should we put painting at 8?
I guess I meant it backwards. I feel like zoo and aquarium should be more here.
Higher
up, as in like literally up on the list.
So then let's put aquarium at 8.
Because I feel like once you've done an aquarium, you
can't really do it again.
You've done it.
Yeah, unless you did that as a first date and then you're bringing somebody else afterwards and first date didn't work out.
Yeah, because I'm thinking like if you and your partner have been to like, because like there's only so many aquariums.
I always think that's atrocious. Like
reusing a spot.
Yeah,
for a new
I know
person.
that like you can't do anything else. Like it's
very circumstantial, especially in small towns where it's just like there's nowhere else to go.
Yeah, and if it's if it's a spot that you enjoy, makes you comfortable, then I can understand doing it. But it's just like that's so it leaves a bad taste in my mouth.
Yeah,
I don't know if I've ever done it, but
I haven't, but I understand why. But I understand why it would leave a bad taste in your mouth. But also, I do think it's circumstance. Like if you're one of those people that's like you're just cycling through people and you're just taking like you have a plan that you just bring. That's fucked. But if you're just like if you live in a small town, you're like this is a nice restaurant. There are not many other good options, so we're gonna go here.
A lot worse if you take a long-term relationship and you go we're gonna and then that long-term relationship let's say that ends and then you use one of the dates from it for like a first date and a new one. That's not also very cool. I feel like you take like a very special moment up here and you just bring it straight back to not very special. First dates are never special. I'm not going to go out there and say that any first date is special. I don't personally think first dates are very special.
Unless it's like someone you're with, like unless you found like the person.
Yeah, which I would assume you would know. Yeah.
There you are. Found you.
But no.
Hide and seek.
Yeah. First dates are usually for getting to know somebody and
it's all about vibes. It's all about, I had make your own pizza number 7. I think that's a really good one.
Yeah, I really want it on there, to be honest with you. So yeah, give her
make your own pizza.
Pizza.
Because one thing I thought about a lot is I do like a lot of date ideas that involve being at your house or their house, but like
it can be cute.
But I do recognize, especially as like a guy, I do recognize that it can be creepy and intimidating very early to be like
wildly creepy.
Come to my place. So it's like, but I just like the ideas where it's just like here's like a literal goal that's like you can't really relocate this.
No.
Like again, painting you could really do anywhere, and I don't mind that. But it's like it'd be fun to make. Yeah, go make pizza and then paint.
Yeah.
Which is why for mine I had pizza then painting, and so now I'm cool for painting to go anywhere.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Painting, let's just do next then.
Yeah, because my painting was mine was 6. 8675309 8675309 don't know what that number calls. My 5 was escape room.
Yeah, that's a good one. My number 5 was amusement parks.
That's also a good one. I don't think we can lump them together if that's what you're gonna say.
No.
Okay.
No. God, no. I think escape rooms are slightly better.
I think maybe amusement parks might be slightly better.
Yeah. Do you want to just do we do a game for this? We haven't done a game in a while.
We were talking about how amusement park encompasses so much.
Yeah.
That just escape rooms don't.
Yeah. I
like escape rooms. If we want to reevaluate the top half to get it on here, I'd be cool with that. But I just think like an amusement park just makes it just has there's food, there's shows, there's games, there's rides.
Yeah.
Then there's just like I do think escape room is really good, but like I just think overall like amusement park makes more sense.
No, I think we do a game for this one. What should we do? We always do a different game.
Which makes it harder every time we have to do it because I have no idea.
I was going to say what can we do?
Okay. I'm going to. Let's see. Let's just do X's and O's. We haven't done that.
Oh, yeah, because we also have the board now.
And the
This is always a tie though when you're an adult.
Okay. How do we want to pick who starts?
You just go.
You never want to be the one who goes first.
Really?
Okay, I am X's.
Okay.
So I'm going to put amusement park. I do think escape. How do you spell amusement park? Amusement.
No, there's an E in there.
Yeah, it's been there the whole time. Park.
Jesus Christ.
And then
I'm highly unamused.
My number 4 was.
Thank God we don't have managers, eh?
My number 4 was thrifting.
We just lost every brand deal. Thrifting. My number 4 was aquarium, which is already on there. So thrifting.
I'm gonna buy some clothes that were once. Oh, fucking Christ, man! There we go.
We get the point.
Thrifting.
My number 3 was a nice meal. Have a nice meal.
Mine was karaoke.
Here's the thing. I feel like a nice meal needs to be on here.
That's fair.
Because it's just like, it's such a classic date. That is the number
Nice
one
meal.
date. That is a date.
Yeah, concert and picnic are my 2 and 1. I don't really care.
Farmers markets and museums.
I think we should take one of yours and one of mine.
If we had to take one of mine off, I think taking off farmers markets makes
Really?
the most
That
sense.
was the one I liked more.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm okay with keeping it if you want to keep it.
I think farmers market and then concert. What do you think was better, picnic or concert?
I feel like I like picnic a little bit better because concert
Okay.
just feels slightly awkward.
I feel like
still.
then it's picnic
and then farmers market. Okay, yeah, man.
I feel like farmers market's a good one.
Farmers
just because
market.
there's so much there. Like I'm thinking like even just like St. Lawrence.
Yeah.
In town, you know, like
100%. Or like if you going for a walk down Spadina with all the fruit stores and thrift stores and
like that's just there's a lot there to look at and like try and like so that's it's a good time and even like that's I think that's a good number 1.
Fuck yeah, man! I'll kick us off with the top, I guess.
Yes.
You kicked us off last time. Okay, so here's our final list.
Top 10 dates.
Jesus Christ. Pardon me. At number 10, open house.
At number 8, I'm not good at it.
What,
but
number 8?
At number 9, I said 8, but was thinking 9, and I it's the fucking ski one.
At number 8, Blub Blub. It's the aquarium.
At number 7, it's make your own pizza because getting food is much more expensive than making food now.
At number 6, Picasso is painting.
At number 5, it's an amused.
Not a very amused audience after we came up with it.
It's an amusement park.
Number 4, I wear your granddad's clothes. It's thrift shopping.
At number 3, good food is good. It's a nice meal.
And number 2, it's a picnic.
And at number 1, it's a farmer's
market.
tan.
Oh,
What did I say? What did you say?
market. You
That's
say
what I
tan?
said. Nope.